Hello everyone and welcome to another video. This is DSP and in today's video we are going to discuss the connectivity between North Atlantic tracks and North America, United States and Canada. I have prepared a small description of those two centers, Boston and uh, Montreal airspaces, air traffic control centers, that they are the most important segments for the North Atlantic tracks. And so we are obliged to follow certain rules. For today's example, we are going to depart from JFK and we are going to land in Charles de Gaulle. And for that example, we are going to check the North Atlantic advisory for departure procedures out of JFK connecting to the appropriate track. So without any further ado, let's go and find the North Atlantic advisory. For that, we have to visit the National Airspace System status site. I will leave a link in the description below. And we have to go to advisories. This is the page. We'll leave the day if you want to check latest latest. The latest one is here. If you want an old advisory, yeah, and you can scroll down. So basically, we leave it as it is, and we click on the selected advisories. Now it's gonna bring everything up, and we have to scroll down, and we are looking of number 55. 55 is the North Atlantic tracking system. So we click on that, and this is the advisory. JFK departures, Newark departures, Philadelphia, DC Metro departures, and overflight departure. And we have to file accordingly. So let's say that we're going to go from JFK to Charles de Gaulle using NATRAC X-ray. This is the route that we have to follow. So we copy the route, and because we are using Simbrief, we're gonna have to paste it. It's not taking into consideration these advisories. So let's create a new flight plan. That doesn't mean though that it will not come up uh, with a proper route. But this is not the case in the specific example. We need to follow the procedures. I'm gonna set the departure for 2000, apply. I'm going to select the airframe, which will be a 777-200ER. This is the route. It came up with a route. I would rather have Simbrief calculate the route after I'm selecting everything, but yeah, I don't know. This is Simbrief. So 20%, 5% more extra fuel. The taxi in I will set to 15. Contingency fuel 5. Reserve fuel 45 minutes. And I will leave passengers in auto, freight like auto, and everything else is. So we know that this route is not following the departure procedure properly. We have here, like from flight radar, some routes that they are currently correct, but uh, this is not the point. We will actually use the advisory and connect our departure with the NAR track accordingly. So we will copy and paste. This is the US text um, flight plan. 2 dots is direct, 1 dot between a point and an airway is the connection. Uh, we can leave it as it is. It will analyze. So a slight different departure. We're going out to the waters, and then we are connecting to the NAT track. And I know for sure that this is all correct also for Eurocontrol. So we're gonna copy this and we're gonna check it with Eurocontrol. All right. Yeah, okay. You see, I left the dots in there. These are, let's do it again. These are valid only in the States, not in Europe and Eurocontrol. So what I am going to do, I am going to delete it. Okay, analyze the route is the same one. Validate. I would love also if the validation was done automatically instead of us going here, copy paste them. So no errors. That's a good sign. So we have our route. Everything is good to go into going into Europe, and I know for sure that this is the correct route up to NATRAC. NATRAC is already assigned, so this route is good to go. Next thing that I'm going to plan, because we're flying in the North Atlantic tracks, I'm going to set the ETOP scenario. Our 777-200ER is 180. I will check auto calculations if I like those airports. Yeah, okay. Pretty straightforward. Yeah. So we'll leave it as it is. And I think that we are pretty much good to go. This is our route, and I'm really happy with that route. I don't know the load, so I will hit generate, and then I will explain what other things we have to check crossing the Atlantic briefly. So this is our calculated route. We're using the X-ray and going in. I don't have to check the route. This is I'm happy with that. And let's check again our flight plan now that it's completed properly. So 390, we're going straight up and validate. No errors. That's a good sign. Always. Our RMP, our PBN is there. I'm happy. So this route is okay by me. It's approved. I will dispatch the airplane accordingly. And briefing. I want to check something. So fuel wise, it's 49. Let's call it 50 tons. We're gonna land, we are expected to land with 8.9. Most likely it's gonna be more. Don't remember, I have already put 5% more. Alternate route. Yeah, you can check the alternates if you don't like that airport, check the weather and everything. And then as for load, we have 207 passengers, cargo is 7.5 tons, payload and zero fuel, and we are good to go. Our oceanic clearance 390, always include the maximum level that we're gonna go. Your clearance Mach 0.82 and the TMI is gonna be further down. We have also our retops. That means that we have to check our fuel. These are this is our ATC flight path. These are the North Atlantic tracks. TMI is 206 for this flight, and I'm happy. I'm happy with that. Next, we will check the space weather. Why? Even if we fly in the North Atlantic tracks using the CPDLC, we we have as a backup HF communication. So we need to see if the HF communication will be interfered by the sun flares or sun interferences. So it's in the green zone. You can go over NOAA scales. We are in the green. We have nothing. Radio blackouts, no blackouts for us today. Everything is it's super good. I like it. I like it. So basically, our route is gonna be okay, and that was under 12 minutes a preparation for a North Atlantic crossing. These crossings are really pretty straightforward. Nothing that we're not actually spending too much time only preparing those routes. Only we have specific MEL items that we have to avoid certain things, or if we have weather that is developing in the North Atlantic area, so we will actually use a user preferred route, a UPR, and or a random route or whatever, and we're gonna cross the North Atlantic. For today's example, everything looks fine. Let's check the weather. Yeah, pretty much okay. This is a jet stream, not a big of a deal. We are actually kind of avoiding also the, the cumulus, the clouds. So I like it. I like that flight plan. And last, I'm gonna talk to you about the Montreal and the NAR routes, the North Atlantic route assignment. This is actually already included in our flights, in our flight plans, and Navigraph already has them implemented in the charts here. Yeah, these are the NARs. However, if you want, and for this example, I'm departing from Toronto and I'm going also back to Charles de Gaulle, and I wanted to see if I can connect my route properly. Because let's say that you have to check this point, but you don't actually know where to go from here, which airway is that, or so on and so forth. So what you will do, Simbrief will pick that up for you. However, we need to make sure that is 100% correct. Here is a document that you can find in NAV Canada. Here is the site and the document that contains the NAR overview is always number 7. This is quite old right now. It's the only free CFS document that we can sample, but I don't see major changes. Um, it's free. I will put the link in the description below for you to review. So if we go to our specific example, we're looking of Sifu, and we want to connect, sorry, and we want to connect to, come on, sorry about that, to ALRI, Alpha Lima Lima Romeo Yankee. So, sorry about that. Okay, I have this lagging with the internet today, so bear with me on that. So now let's find Arlie, Alri. Okay, these are westbounds. We want the eastbound. Yeah. I don't know why he didn't pick that up. Let's go and find it manually. Okay, it's a little bit overview eastbound routes. It takes a while. Okay, this is it. Come on. All right, cool. This is it, guys. Okay, so stop. All right. Now, these are this is the exit point from the NAR, and this is SIF. We have two options: either go Sifu via Migli in this airway, or we choose November 389 Bravo direct early. Pretty straightforward. At least we know how we can connect it, and this is how I did it here. So Sifu November 389 Bravo early, and then on we went with NAT track X-ray and went into charge the call. The other option that I would love to see here, the NAT tracks. I don't know, maybe they are available, but I don't know how to insert them. I would love to see the NAT tracks here also, if it's possible. And this is it, guys. It's your decision to make if you want to have a more accurate route, or you just hit the button in Simbrief and create a normal flight plan and good to go. For me, particularly, as I mentioned on my first video, when I'm flying these high fidelity aircrafts in P3D or MSFS or X-plane, I would love to have an appropriate flight plan, a properly calculated flight plan, because flight plan is all about performance. If you have your correct route, you will have the correct fuel, and then your performance will be uh, properly calculated for you to transfer to your aircraft and fly the route. 50% of the route is flight planning. But I'm seeing nowadays that no one is actually paying attention to that. Those things that I just mentioned, only a few people know them. Obviously, aircraft dispatcher from the US, they know about them. Pilots, they don't know anything. A few of them maybe. Now you know where to find all the information and connect your routes properly. I will try to get another example later, but for now I'm gonna stick with that. Get your advisory properly set up, find it, or even if you have a overflight over the Boston area, please use the appropriate route, connect to your North Atlantic track. If you are not going to connect to any of the North Atlantic tracks, that those departure routes have no effect. If you are flying on a random route, then you don't have to follow those things. Those routes are there for you to connect and regulate, to connect to the NAT tracks, and obviously to regulate the traffic accordingly. Let's simulate also our flight plans properly as the in real world operations and have our flights performed properly. Thank you for watching, guys. Let me know if you want more in-depth explanation on what are these RTCCs and what are the NRAs and the NAAs. I will gladly explore them for you and explain them to you properly. So take care, guys. I'm gonna leave description in the description a few notes about the the RTCCs and how they are functioning and why we have to follow certain rules. And that's it. Thank you for watching. If you like this content, please smash the like button and subscribe if you like more. Thank you for watching and see you in the next video. Ciao.